Well, hi there. We're just 1 week away from Christmas Day, and today I want to think about the carol "O Holy Night." It was written for a small town in France called Roquemaure, and it had a new organ. The old organ had been renovated, and they were ready to play it. And the parish priest spoke to Capot, who was a French poet, and asked him if he would write a poem for Christmas Eve. So Capot read the narratives of Jesus' birth, and he started to write a poem. He was actually on a trip to Paris, and by the time he reached Paris, he'd written the whole of the poem. And he had a friend, Adolphe Adams, and Adolphe wrote the music for this carol. And it was loved by people. They played it in the Christmas Eve service, and it went down well, and people loved it, and it began to grow in popularity. But the French church, which was Roman Catholic, the leaders realised that Capot was a socialist and Adams was a Jew, and they began to denounce the hymn and said it's not fit for church, you can't sing it in church. But the French people, the common people, loved it so much that it just spread. Eventually, John Saville Dwight, he was from the US and an abolitionist during the Civil War, he took this carol back to the US. He was really moved by the lines of, in fact he rewrote some of it, but he was moved by these ideas. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. And of course he saw some of that slavery and some of that oppression being the result of alcohol. Well, it became popular in the US, particularly amongst people from the north. And it is a great Christmas carol. It has so many wonderful ideas in it. But it's quite amazing actually if you look at the literal translation and the English translation, because of course it was written originally in French. The literal translation of the first verse is, "Midnight, Christians, it is the solemn hour, when God as man descended unto us, to erase the stain of original sin, and to end the wrath of his Father. The entire world thrills with hope on this night that gives it a Saviour." The English version, thanks to John Dwight, "O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn." And I've got to say that I think this carol contains one of the greatest ideas that I've ever come across. And it's John Dwight's translation. And it is, till he appeared, till Jesus appeared, and the soul felt its worth. This is the worth of the soul. This is the worth of you in Jesus' sight. And the original, the transliteration is, "People on your knees, await your deliverance. Christmas, Christmas, here is the Redeemer. Christmas, Christmas, here is the Redeemer." Dwight's version is, "Fall on your knees, O hear the angel voices. O night divine, when Christ was born." It's a great carol, and do some research, have a look at it, have a sing of it, and worship God with these wonderful ideas in this carol. Bye for now.